Welcome back to Brush Up Your Game. Now, Rhino in Marvel United gets a bit of a bad rap, and, somewhat justifiably. Special rules for Rhino. When a hero is KO'd, Rhino doesn't activate his BAM, instead give that hero one crisis token. If a hero has any crisis tokens, they must play their next card face down in the storyline, then discard all their crisis tokens. Yeah, that one sucks. On a BAM, Rhino deals damage to each hero in his location equal to the number of locations he entered this turn, then move all damaged heroes one location clockwise. Rhino's momentum pushes a character out. And on overflow, if one or more civilians or thug tokens can be added to a location, draw another master plan card and add it face down to the storyline. Thankfully, that's just going face down. Get a little bit of a reprieve, but this hurts, and it hurt so much that they said, okay, the first card for Rhino, you're going to play the 0, so you get at least the first turn for free. Now that doesn't make things a whole lot better, because Rhino will immediately put out a thug and a civilian in his location and each adjacent location. In other words, pick locations wisely. Pick locations that have 2 open slots so as you don't generate overflow from the start of the game. That is how you put yourself in a very bad location or a very bad situation right away. Now, all right, beyond that, Rhino has 4 of these Rhino charge cards. Move clockwise to the next location with any heroes, and then BAM. Well, if you recall, Rhino's BAM is to deal damage to each hero in his location equal to the number of locations he entered this turn. Then move all damaged heroes one location clockwise. So, Rhino's guaranteed on his charges to do 1 damage if you're adjacent, or a whole lot more. Don't let it be a whole lot more. You want to set up some buffers. This is one of those situations where you cannot avoid the damage coming from Rhino. All you can do is hope to minimize it. That's kind of what's happening here. Yeah. And Rhino's bamming on, well, not the 0, but we're not considering that. He's not bamming on the 5. That's kind of nice. But he's bamming on every other card. So 10 of the 11 cards that we are going to care about that we don't know where they are in the deck, Rhino, bam, deal a whole bunch of damage. And, it's not... We can kind of mitigate the charges. We can mitigate a 1. We can hope that we're just not in position to take the damage, but the odds are we're going to be. Yeah. Let's look at the threats. Fortunately, Rhino only has 2 threats. He's got 3 copies of Open Field, 3 copies of No Cover. So, Open Field, heroes that take damage in this location also get 1 crisis token. Yay, more cards face down. Bad. So bad. Okay, and No Cover. Heroes ending their turn in this location get 1 crisis token. This is also very bad. If you hadn't noticed, or, well, maybe what we're figuring out here is these threats are all about putting more crisis tokens into play. The crisis tokens, you're playing your cards face down. That means you're not getting symbols off of the previous hero card. Well, you are. You're getting symbols off of the previous hero card. You're not getting your own symbols. You're not giving symbols to the next hero. This hurts. This brings the game to a slog. It is, yeah, we're basically going nowhere. So what do we do? How do we mitigate this? Well, I think the best way I had to get through this was you got to have like one character kind of be the go out and be a little bit of the sacrificial lamb here. Go out, do a heroic, and stay there. They're going to, in their turn, take a crisis token. But everybody else, well, somebody else has got to come in behind them and finish that location. You cannot have multiple heroes ending a turn in a location to get a crisis token. Likewise, you can't really leave these open fields in play, but you can kind of prevent too much of it because you can at least stagger where you're setting up your defenses for Rhino. Yeah, it's a mess. It's very much a kind of a luck of the draw. Where do you start? Are you starting on a no cover or are you starting on an open field? If you start on a no cover, you want to move out quickly. But if you can drop a heroic on there to help your teammates, do so. If you can get 2 heroics on there, do so. But that, again, that's a risk because 2 heroics, you're not moving. And then you've got a crisis token and your next round's going to be bad. So this is the kind of a good moves this round make for bad turns next round. Yeah, and really this is a spread out. You need to be as spread out as possible because you don't want multiple heroes to take damage from Rhino. This is, if you have well, it doesn't matter how many characters, but however many characters you have, basically everybody is operating on a separate location. And that is tough to do from the start, but it is necessary to spread out as fast as you can. I would definitely recommend bring somebody with a lot of movement, a Quicksilver, a Sunfire, I think, is the one with a bunch of movement. These are the type of characters you want to get so they can get across the board and just start and do whatever they can do to spread out. You want to bring healing characters like a Wolverine. You want to bring healing locations, anything that lets you draw a card at the end of your turn. The faster you can do that, the better off you're going to be, and bring as much heroic as you can. Rhino at the end is still a fight. 5 health or 8 health or 11 health. That's a lot of health. But you're going to need heroics to get through these locations, these threats, and the threats are very much the most important things. Rhino's not dropping a ton of civilians or thugs, right? Most of them are only 1 in his location and adjacent locations. He's not really a big overflow threat. He's a little bit of an overflow threat. I don't know why I can't say that phrase. But any villain is an overflow threat if you don't manage the board. Just know Rhino's going to be kind of a death by 1,000 cuts with that. But really, Rhino's biggest risk is if that overflow happens, if the KOs happen, which they're likely to, he's going to go faster. And when you have to play master plan cards face down in the storyline, you're speeding up. Heroes playing cards face down, that's essentially a nothing turn, but it still counts as one of the 3 or 2 once Rhino's under pressure. And that, again, counts as a turn, and it's speeding up Rhino where the heroes aren't doing important things. So the way you speed up, you just got to be careful and you got to go as quick as you can. That's my recommendation. This is not a sit back and wait for optimal time to put Rhino under pressure or sit back and wait until everything looks good. This is, you get the moment to do it, do it. Take out your threats, rescue civilians, punch thugs, whatever you got to do, whatever the board is setting up for you to do it and get out and then go punch Rhino as fast as you can. Rhino will typically come to you, right? He's got 4 cards that come to you, but then he pushes you away. So you do need movement. You got to bring movement so you can get back to Rhino, because without movement, you're going to be in a tough spot. All right, hey, go forth. Good luck. Rhino is tough, but he is beatable. Just yeah, try your best with him, and bring characters with lots of symbols, healing if you can, and healing locations too. It all comes together to work. All right. Take care. Thanks for watching. And until next time, keep brushing up your game. Take care.